We haven't been to this skate park in a very long time. It's one of the best ones, arguably better than the new Dickies skate park. But I want to warm up right now on this A-frame right here in the background because it's actually a little easier to skate than a flat ledge in some ways. But let me warm up and then I'll get more to explaining what we have in store today. So this is kind of the obstacle where you can cheat a lot of tricks because you really have to barely pop to actually get into the ledge. So if I wanted to do nollie tricks, like a nollie back nose blunt, it's probably as easy on this as it would be on a normal flat ledge, which is kind of the trick I was thinking of. That seems like a hard trick right now. But this is a great warm-up spot too because I'm just pushing across the entire skate park. So I'm getting so energized as I go. But I want to keep tinkering with, like, you know, moving it up, getting better and better tricks. Let me think. These are the 10 tricks I want to do right now. I feel like if I could do these, then I could sort of move up to the other hard ones. Like, as I mentioned, the nollie back nose blunt, nollie heel grinds. Like, I would love to do a nollie heel back 50 because really you just have to kind of do a nollie heel. The ramp shoots you right up there. So even if I just do a bad one, it would still make it up there. So it's kind of just a fear element on something like this, especially when you're just gonna clear it anyways. It's all good. So let's at least do these 10 tricks. The first nollie nose slide always freaks me out. I feel like I'm gonna clip on the way up. So now everything else should feel a little more natural. That one was also second try. I'm hoping one of these won't just work out first try. That's the goal. Nollie crook is next. That would be nice because that one's actually harder than the first two. Now we're getting into the flip grinds. I'm gonna do a kickflip first, but a kickflip back 50. Shouldn't be hard. Obviously it's a kickflip back 50. But it's always the scary, the first try is always like, I hope I have a good flip today. My camera's banging around on everything, but I hope I have a good flip today. Now we're going for the blunts, which is a little scary. I have to wax the flat part on top, so now the whole top is slippery. That's the only way you can do blunt slides. So backside blunt and frontside blunt. I'm a little nervous about the frontside blunt, but we'll be okay. Now the frontside one, which is scarier, but this is a good angle for both of them, so I'm gonna leave it. So good. Ironically, I have backside nose slide and frontside nose slide way down on the list. I know they seem like basic tricks. They are, but it's a little harder to ollie into it for me than nollie. So like ollieing into a backside and frontside nose slide, genuinely a little harder for me. I almost didn't land that first try. There we go. All right, front. Oh my God, see, that was actually scary. Oh, that was terrible. The last two I feel like are the only ones that are actually kind of hard, like a nollie backside board slide, a nollie frontside board slide. It's a weird ledge, and sliding board slides becomes a little harder in the future. They're not hard to get into, I don't think, but pulling it off, making sure I slide right, that's the hard part. So let's start off with a nollie backboard slide, and then frontside. Sorry, I'm like, got a lot of saliva because I'm sweating. I'm not sure why, but it slides pretty well for the nollie backboard. I'm hoping the nollie frontboard just goes. Please just go like down the ledge, because this one's a little spooky to try to slide on ledges. Front side board slides, I think it'll work because it's so slanted. I don't really have the energy surplus I was hoping to have today, but I still feel like I could do something new and hard. I'm still thinking about the nollie back nose blunt. I might try one. It's just scary because if you don't get into the trick at the beginning, you do fall. You know, you're kind of high up in the air. Even though the ledge itself is small, you're still like 2 feet above the ground. So it's a little freaky, but I think I could do a nollie front nose blunt first and then do a nollie back nose blunt. So I might just sit here, try some nollie front nose blunts. If they work, that'd be amazing. Eventually try to throw a nollie heel under the ledge. It's just like, it really is scary to just like fling a flip trick at the hubba because you're just like in the air. It's definitely uncomfortable. I didn't grow up skating ramps, so I still don't feel super natural popping off of transition or slants. But let's try it. Nollie front nose blunt. That's gonna be our current battle. Dude, fucking windy. Once again, with Texas wind, it might not be possible. There's not enough speed in the world that will help you beat the wind of Texas. Dude, I can't do this wind. Fuck. Dude, Texas winds. It's too windy. Fuck! I'm dead. Completely dead. I thought I would end this video with a little topic that I wanted to talk about because I don't think I got enough skating in because, man, I got so angry. Don't be the person who yells at the skate park like I do. That sucks. I get kind of embarrassed by it, especially because there are people here who knew of my videos, who watched my videos, and I just stopped and I saw that they were leaving and I was like, I don't want this to be the impression they have of me. So I literally went up to their car. I was like, hey, what's up? And then we had this big conversation. It was super nice. We all got pictures together. It was a very nice moment, but like they could have left and then they would have just been like, yeah, that dude's really intense. He just showed up to the park. We watched his videos, but damn, man, he goes crazy. And I show that in my videos of me getting mad, so people have that expectation. But man, it's so frustrating when other elements get in the business and like slow you down when you're trying to do a trick. So sorry about that. Sorry for being that guy at the skate park. It can be very lame, and I do have a anger problem when it comes to things like this. Instead of just leaving, I just stick through it, which is part of the problem, but part of what I wanted to talk about in this ending part. Which leads us to the last topic of this video of people asking about skateboarding in the future, et cetera, and they're saying, well, don't you ever get burnt out? Don't you get over the idea of just going out there all the time and filming? A little bit, but it is my job. So like if I was a landscaper and I did that every day for 10 years, yeah, I think some people would be like, yeah, maybe you should move on to a different job or try to find a new passion. But skateboarding has always been this thing I really liked. It's also just like a toy that I get to play with. So it's kind of like undeniably fun for me. And now it is my job. So there are days like today where I didn't really feel like skateboarding at all. I didn't want to skate. I knew it was windy. I knew it was potentially gonna rain any second. But I was like, oh, I have a job to do. And to me, if I put it on my schedule for myself, I'm gonna go do the job. And that's how I've always been. And I know there's ideas of like mental health surrounding hobbies and doing hobbies as jobs, because it's kind of a new frontier or newer frontier. But to me, you kind of have to figure it out as you go. So after like 7 or 8 years, I'm learning more and more that when I think about skateboarding more as a job that I just have to kind of execute, it actually becomes a little easier. And I always enjoy it in the moment. Like when I'm warming up and doing a couple tricks, I'm having fun. But yes, there are days like today where I really just did not feel like coming out. And I think that's probably part of the anger, but it's also just a tough thing for my own brain to accept. Like, hey, I know you kind of don't want to do this thing and I'm being precious about it, but you've worked so many jobs, is this really that bad? And it's like, no, it's not even not that bad. It's actually really fun. There's just parts of it that get frustrating, like wearing myself out like I did today by pushing a lot, but I wanted to skate it, so it's weird. If you watch interviews of like artists and stuff, they always talk about burning out as well, especially artists, YouTubers, but in reality, they're doing the thing they've always done, the thing that they love to do, and now they get to do it for a living, and now is when they burn out. But people like that will probably continue to keep doing art, and life is kind of this weird, unfortunate, but fortunate thing where you feel negative and then you feel positive. You go back and forth typically. So if your normal day becomes doing the thing that you always like to do, and a lot of those negative characteristics fade away, then your mind will subconsciously, weirdly, turn something that is a positive into a negative, just to kind of counterbalance the happiness and negative, because once you start doing it for a living, you realize, wow, this thing doesn't make me feel positive anymore because it's not negating anything negative. So it almost feels indifferent. And indifference is a scary place to be in life. So you still have to somehow find a bit of suffering in this other thing to find happiness in this other thing, or you have to just go through a whole existential episode to figure out how to be consistently on a happy upkeep. The thing that has personally just helped me keep my head above water always is just being active. It's just being physically active, being mentally active, and then sometimes doing the thing that feels like it's kind of pointless. Just being like, okay, I still want to know that I have the discipline to work on this thing, even if it doesn't feel like the most important thing. And I usually feel good at the end of it, like doing push-ups or working out for a future health or for like a future body, especially when you can't see the results of a workout for weeks. It's about just doing it and then you feel good about it still. Strange, I know, whatever. I don't have like the best answer in the world for this. I just wanted to bring it up because I thought it was an interesting topic. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the skateboarding. There's more to come on this channel. This is Progress Daily, so it's a little more raw. That's why I'm sitting here talking about whatever I want to. But I'll see you next time, every Monday and Wednesday on this channel for videos like this, every Tuesday and Thursday for videos a little, maybe like more subject direct on my personal channel. So stay tuned. Thank you so much. Take care, Progress Daily, and keep killing it.